Hi everybody, Moshe Kafri, the Difference Maker Dog Trainer. So today I'm going to show a video of protection work and me playing as a decoy. We're going to go through several dogs, see how they attack, how I work with them. So enjoy the video and let's talk later.
Am I keeping here? Get off of me!
So how'd that feel, Moshe?
How does it feel? The son of a gun beat the shit out of me and it's painful.
Right, go on, but keep going, don't face it. Good boy! Right. Good, now do you want to go and dress? Right, touch him in the foot a little bit, just a little bit. Right,
Linda, out! Out!
Just take him in, Moshe. Other way, Moshe, other way. Stick, Moshe, stick. Little bit. Backwards, backwards, backwards. Keep going, keep moving, keep moving. That way, bathroom. Watch! Oh, that hurt.
All right, today I've been putting up the last few days videos of Alpha, the boxer, doing his protection training. And not just protection training. We are talking about the most elite skills that we have in the protection dog industry. So, we first showed Alpha holding to the owner and sticking to the owner in reverse, no matter where the owner goes in the field, that Alpha had to hang on to him and not come off while he was in aggression towards me and wait for me to come in and attack. And then we showed Alpha going straight back with the owner and holding his position in reverse. Same concept, but if we want to send the dog off and go attack instead of wait for the touch, we had that scenario as well.
Good boy. Good boy.
So we took this to the next step because I also said in the last video that I try to prepare dogs to the max and try to come up with all the scenarios that could possibly happen in life. You never know in what scenario you could be stuck in. So today we filmed Alpha going backwards in reverse, protecting the owner up a flight of stairs and back down.
Watch! Look! Look! Watch! 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 Hey! Now you're gonna go backwards down. Okay. Oh! Come in. Away. Watch. 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 Set in motion. Set it. Back it! Ah! Oh! Ah! Ah! Oh! Oh! Come! Come! Finish! Finish! Good boy! Good boy!
So, I mean, this stuff, the things we were showing over the last 2 days is as hard as it gets. And the absolute in control. And again, who knows? You never know when you might need these things. So we keep adding to Alpha, testing him, making sure that no matter what the scenario is, he can do it, he can hang on to it, especially those rear going up the stairs. He's never done it before. So what you just saw there, we've never practiced. It was the first time we've ever done it. So I know that he walks in reverse very well, you know, when he's protecting the owner. So I'm assuming that he can go up the stairs and hold it as well. So we were in the moment, we took advantage of it just to make sure that if the owner ever got caught in the hallway like that or a stairwell, that the dog would know how to handle the situation and control himself and, you know, keep his game together. So, you know, always going that extra step and trying to get the best out of the protection dogs. And this is a boxer we're talking about. That's a whole other subject, right? So nobody expects a boxer to be able to do all the things that Alpha does. But he's got the great personality. He's a tough dog. You know, he was built for the protection game. So, hope you enjoyed. Till next time, Miami Dog Whisperer. All right. The other day, I put up a video of a boxer doing protection, finding the legs while I was the aggressor, chasing the owner, and the dog had to stay at the body in reverse the whole time, protecting the owner and just trying to stay with his legs no matter where he goes around the field and stay aggressive at the same time. So focusing on two things at the same time. Holding the legs in reverse and staying protective and aggressive towards me. So it's the hardest thing to do in protection training. There is no exercise that is more complicated and difficult as this exercise. Stay right there. Now forward, go forward. Now you would have went for it. Right, tap, 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 tap. Again. Right, now so move over, Bush. Stay right there. So after that video went up, I had some people ask me, since the dog is not allowed to come off, I was going at the owner and the dog, so the dog was holding and cannot come off unless I go to attack. So some people had asked me, what if I needed to send the dog and not wait for the touch, for the attacker to come in and touch? So it just happens that the next day we did this exercise with Alpha because we have to prepare for every scenario that could happen. So, example, if, hopefully this never happens to anybody, if somebody had a knife or a gun or a weapon and they were coming after you and you were going backwards and the dog was protecting you, but you don't want to wait for that kind of touch to be too close, then you just send the dog off instead of making the dog hold all the time and waiting for the touch to come in. So we just happen to do it. So here's a few exercises that we did with Alpha to show that particular scenario.
Good boy. Good boy.
Now.
Out! Come! Finish!
Now back.
Back. Watch. Watch.
Stay there, stay there.
Out! Out! Come! Good boy! Good boy, Albus. Good boy!
Holding and control is the primary, and then sending off if we need it, so we have our bases covered. Whether we want to just flee and hold or send the dog off at any moment, the dog understands the game and knows exactly how to do it when we need it, and the dog's not confused in the moment. If a reality moment actually comes, the dog will have no issue or be confused at all when needed. So, till next time, Miami Dog Whisperer. Want more control over their dogs. So, there's nothing more annoying, right? Especially if you're an officer and your job is this, and you know you're in a dangerous game being a police officer and a military officer. But when you're a canine officer and you ever have to draw your gun and you have a dog that's pulling like this, that's out of control, I mean, there's nothing more annoying than that, and possibly could cost your life because you cannot control the dog and it's all over the place. So I'm going to give you a glimpse here of, I'm going to have Moshi, my apprentice, and he's going to have the gun and his dog Alpha. I'm going to play the bad guy and I'm going to chase him all over the field. So I'm just there to do my best to taunt them and get the dog crazy, to make sure that without that leash on, that no matter where Moshi goes and he's got that gun pointed, that he can stay steady. The dog is under absolute control of himself and will not come off Moshi while he travels the field trying to get away from me with the gun, and keeping steady, that he never has to worry about the dog being out of control and jumping away and biting the person without being told. So, gonna give you a little glimpse of the exercise that I go over with my police and military clients.
Change position. Change position. Change position. Be on the floor. Stay there. Stay there. Get out. Now, stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Stop out. Get out. Yeah, be quick. Watch. 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 Stay there. Fuck it. Fuck it. Oh shit. Go.
So that's the ultimate in self-control of a dog when he's under threat, he's being pressed, he's in an aggressive state of mind, and now the officer can move all over the place and stay steady and stay focused on what's happening in the moment and not have to worry about controlling his dog or her dog. Right, so, and also too, with the guns, if you don't have to shoot somebody, I mean, nobody wants to shoot somebody if they don't have to. The problem with the gun is if you shoot the gun, you can't take the bullet back. You know, so with the dogs, that's why I always say they're always the best form of defense for me, because just like there, Alpha was sent off. Instead of shooting the gun, he just sends the dog to stop the attack and calls him right off and comes back and has absolute control over the situation, right? Without having to shoot somebody. So, I mean, so this is what we want to see in when my police officers and my military guys come to me. This is what we're aiming for, is to have their dogs under the ultimate control inside that protection game. So, just give you a little glimpse of what we do with those clients, police and military. So till next time, Miami Dog Whisperer.
I hope you enjoyed this video of the pieces of protection work. This is part of what I did when I was in Miami, working with Richard. And until next time, difference maker, dog, trainer, Moshe Kafri at your service.